Have you ever wondered how restaurants transform a simple piece of paper into a sophisticated economic weapon designed to control your dining choices? Welcome to the hidden world of menu engineering, where psychology, design, and economic strategy converge to influence every decision you make at the table. Restaurant menus are far more complex than mere lists of food. They're intricate psychological tools meticulously crafted to guide your selections and maximize restaurant profits. Behind every font, color, and placement lies a carefully calculated strategy rooted in deep understanding of human behavior and consumer psychology. Menu designers are essentially behavioral architects who transform visual real estate into powerful economic instruments. They employ sophisticated techniques that tap directly into our subconscious decision-making processes, creating invisible pathways that subtly direct our attention and choices. The upper right-hand corner of a menu, known as the sweet spot, becomes prime psychological real estate where high-margin items are strategically positioned to capture immediate visual focus. This isn't accidental placement, but a deliberate economic calculation designed to increase likelihood of selection. Typography and visual design become silent persuaders in this intricate dance of consumer manipulation. Fonts are selected not just for readability, but for emotional resonance. Elegant scripts suggest sophistication, while bold typefaces communicate confidence and quality. Color psychology plays an equally critical role, with warm hues like red and orange scientifically proven to stimulate appetite and create a sense of urgency. These visual cues work subconsciously, triggering emotional responses that transcend rational decision-making. Language becomes another powerful instrument of persuasion. Descriptive terminology transforms ordinary dishes into extraordinary experiences. Words like artisan, handcrafted, locally sourced, and small batch aren't mere descriptors but emotional triggers designed to elevate perceived value. These carefully chosen linguistic strategies tap into contemporary consumer desires for authenticity, craftsmanship, and meaningful culinary experiences. A simple burger becomes a heritage breed, grass-fed beef masterpiece, and suddenly, customers perceive increased value and are willing to pay premium prices. Price presentation represents another fascinating dimension of menu engineering. Restaurants deliberately manipulate numerical presentation to reduce psychological resistance to spending. Removing currency symbols, avoiding straight vertical price columns, and using subtle font sizes all contribute to diminishing the cognitive connection between price and monetary value. Some menus even employ strategic spacing and alignment to make price comparisons challenging, further nudging consumers toward higher margin selections. Photography and visual presentation serve as potent psychological triggers. Professional food styling transforms ordinary dishes into mouth-watering visual narratives. High-resolution images positioned strategically can increase a dish's perceived value by up to 30%. The visual seduction begins before the first bite, creating anticipatory pleasure that makes customers more likely to select visually compelling options. Restaurants understand we fundamentally eat with our eyes, leveraging this psychological reality to influence selection. Physical menu design itself becomes a sophisticated communication tool. Paper weight, texture, and overall design quality communicate subliminal messages about restaurant experience. A heavy textured menu suggests premium quality, while a flimsy printed sheet might indicate lower-tier dining. These tactile experiences shape expectations before a single dish arrives, influencing perceived value and creating psychological predisposition toward specific menu items. Behavioral economists have extensively studied these techniques, revealing how seemingly minor design choices can dramatically shift consumer behavior. A well-engineered menu can increase restaurant profits by up to 15% without changing a single recipe. This represents a form of economic manipulation so subtle that most diners remain completely unaware of the psychological mechanisms guiding their choices. It's a silent battlefield where consumer psychology becomes a strategic economic instrument. Technology is now further transforming menu engineering. Digital menus allow real-time tracking of customer interactions, enabling restaurants to dynamically adjust pricing, highlighting, and presentation based on immediate data. Machine learning algorithms analyze customer preferences, creating increasingly sophisticated psychological models that predict and influence dining choices with unprecedented precision. The future of menu design promises even more nuanced methods of consumer guidance. Understanding these strategies doesn't mean becoming immune to them. It means developing a more informed relationship with dining choices. Next time you open a menu, recognize you're not just selecting a meal, but navigating a meticulously designed economic landscape. Every font, color, and description represents a carefully calculated attempt to influence your behavior. What appears to be a simple choice is actually a complex dance of psychology, economics, and consumer manipulation. Picture this: you're sitting in a dimly lit restaurant, menu in hand, feeling like you're making a completely independent choice about your meal. But what if I told you that every single detail of that menu has been carefully crafted to manipulate your decision? Welcome to the fascinating world of menu psychology, where restaurants transform simple paper and ink into powerful economic weapons. My name is Alex, and today I'm going to pull back the curtain on one of the most sophisticated psychological tricks in the dining industry. Restaurants aren't just selling food, they're selling an experience meticulously designed to extract maximum profit from your wallet. The menu isn't just a list of dishes, it's a strategic battlefield where behavioral economics and visual design wage war on your rational decision-making. Most diners have no idea how extensively they're being psychologically manipulated every single time they open a restaurant menu. The science behind menu design is so advanced that entire teams of marketing experts, psychologists, and graphic designers collaborate to create menus that subtly guide your choices. Let's break down how they do it. First, let's talk about visual placement. Restaurants know exactly where your eyes naturally travel when you look at a menu. The top right corner, that's prime real estate. Restaurants strategically place their most profitable dishes in this golden triangle of menu design. These are typically items with high profit margins that look enticing, but cost relatively little to produce. Fancy pasta dishes, specialty cocktails, and chef's recommendations often occupy this coveted space. By positioning these items where your eyes are most likely to land first, restaurants increase the probability that you'll order exactly what they want you to order. But visual placement is just the beginning of their psychological manipulation. Typography and design play massive roles in menu psychology. Restaurants use specific fonts, colors, and graphic elements to draw attention to certain dishes. Elegant, handwritten-style fonts suggest craftsmanship and authenticity. Bold, decorative borders around high-margin items create visual emphasis. Some menus even use strategic white space to make certain dishes stand out, creating psychological weight that makes those items seem more important or desirable. Price positioning is another fascinating psychological trick. Most menus remove the traditional dollar sign and decimal points. Why? Because $15 feels more expensive than 15. By eliminating visual monetary cues, restaurants reduce the psychological friction of spending money. They're essentially making prices feel less real and more abstract. This tiny design choice can dramatically increase how much you're willing to spend. Moreover, restaurants often use something called decoy pricing. They'll include an extremely expensive dish next to the items they actually want you to buy. This makes the moderately priced dishes seem like incredible value by comparison. It's a classic psychological technique called anchoring, where the first piece of information you see fundamentally shapes your subsequent perceptions. Descriptions matter immensely too. Modern menus aren't just listing ingredients, they're telling stories. Grandma's secret recipe, roasted chicken, sounds infinitely more appealing than roasted chicken. Sensory language that evokes emotion and memory can increase a dish's perceived value by up to 27%. Restaurants invest significant time crafting narratives around their food, transforming simple dishes into experiences. Color psychology plays a crucial role as well. Warm colors like red and orange stimulate appetite and create a sense of urgency. Cool colors like blue and green